What is up, everyone? Circleflex here, bringing you some good news. My God, it's been almost a year since they teased it to us. Almost literally a year since they teased it to us. But it seems like the Anonymizer, which is the thing where the XVM goes away, basically, is arriving. Now, I'm not sure when. Probably next patch, I'm guessing. But yeah, let's talk about it.
Information about a computer, its IP address, or the user on the network from a remote server.
I'll just skip through it a little bit because so Anonymizer.
This allowed our players to create mods.
So he's talking about XVM first, and then it allowed,
On the map.
all of these things that came from XVM, which are fine.
The gun reload time.
So the reload timer on the screen, the circular, the view ranges, which back in the day was even a square for the render distance as well.
The circles on the map.
Session stats as well.
Session statistics and many other things.
All of that came from like XVM.
They were just mods at one point. And now
they were literally all XVM as far as I know, but okay.
They're part of our game. Mods are informative. They can also display the statistics of players you fight with or against in battle.
Yes, let's talk about it.
The win rate displayed in the team panels during battle helps evaluate both teammates and the enemy team.
Yeah, which is bad.
It motivates the player to be competitive.
No, it doesn't. You know what motivates a player to be competitive? Is W8. Having that statistic in the game is what motivates people to get better, right? Because it's a more visual thing than like your account stats, right? That's why people like their win rates and all that. W8 is just another thing to be like, okay, I'm playing well. If my W8 is high up, then I'm playing well. But it has nothing to do with the in-game stats during the game.
But it also serves as a source of toxic behavior.
Absolutely. XCM is one of the reasons why global chat is off. Because, and I've played this game for like 7 years, if you have stats on the enemy team, there will always be people, even though they're probably not that good themselves, that shit talk other people from literally from the load-in. While you still have to wait for 30 plus seconds, there's people already crying. It still happens now against your own teammates, and it used to happen right away against the enemy team. What also people did with the global channel is revealed enemy positions. Once they died, they were like, oh yeah, this artillery is here, by the way. Or this GD is camping here. Fucking awful. I'm glad to remove the global channel, to be honest. It would be kind of fun, maybe, to have like a... This is a wild... I just came across... maybe it's funny if we had like a chat window with everybody from that game. Or something like after the game, so you can talk there. But that would also be a lot of shit talking, I guess. But you can also be friendly, I guess. But yeah. So actually, I'm 100% added to the toxicity of the game. There's no denying that. 100%. I think most of the toxicity comes from there. Like, people are still toxic now, even with or without XTM, especially against your own team. But like, it used to be pretty freaking bad.
Regular players and those with great stats can suffer from this. Both can be focused on in battle. Opponents often try to take down players with good stats first, as they can be the most dangerous.
Obviously, it makes sense to take out the best players first. The problem is, you shouldn't have the info on who's the best player.
Bloggers, streamers, players with famous nicknames may regularly encounter, let's call them, trophy hunters.
Trophy hunters? There's been no one on this planet to call them trophy hunters, but I understand they have to be professional and not, curse at them.
So, the outcome is the same for everyone. You can't just play. That's why we're introducing an anonymizer in World of Tanks.
Finally. I really hope this hits before Christmas. In the next couple of weeks, I want to see this. I want to farm my credits all Christmas long if we get the same special as last year. Nicely and anonymously. Feels good, man.
This is a feature that changes your real nickname in battle and hides additional information.
I love the music, by the way.
Use it, enable the anonymize your nickname in battle point in the game tab of the...
Okay, so personally, I think this should always be turned on, and you should actively go to your settings to turn it off. Okay, and I know they're not going to do this, obviously. Now it's 100% confirmed. I personally don't agree with this because bad players don't really take a look at their settings all too much. New players don't really take a look at their advanced settings all that much. And even if they do, they don't even really know what it is, right? They don't even really know what it's looking at. Most people will probably look at the graphics and maybe the sound. And that's about it, right? And the problem is, if not enough people do this, it'll be less effective. Because if, for example, if they take this battle here, this one. So if some of these were anonymous, I also wonder, by the way, because they don't show this. They don't show you the W8 values. I don't know. This is not W8, by the way. There's no freaking way. This is like W8 7 or something. I don't know. These are really high numbers. Personal ratings? I don't know. One uses XVM like this, but okay. If not enough people do it, then it's super obvious that only the relatively better players will do it, and it's still kind of... It's not the most efficient way of implementing this, I think.
To use it or not.
So let's see. Nicknames will be anonymous in anonymous one in the team following the battles. Okay, so they're in random battles, all battle types, ranked battles. This is interesting. Frontline, and certain seasonal modes and events. Okay. Your actual nickname and clan tag will be displayed in the battle results to your platoon members and to members of the detachment. So that is really good. You can still see who you fought after the fact in battle results. That's really good, because if you still want to PM a certain person, you'll know their actual nicknames, and you can do your thing. That's really good.
The Anonymizer replaces the real player nickname with a generated one on the battle loading screen.
Yeah.
In team panels during battle and in system messages, for example about destroyed vehicles. A generated nickname is not a template or abracadabra from which you can easily understand it's not real.
Okay. So hopefully it's actually good anonymous
Everything
names.
looks natural and is read normally.
Okay, so the one thing they don't do in this video is show me how the W8 looks of these fake accounts. Do I just get a random W8? Do I get always a bad W8? Do I sometimes still have a purple W8 whilst anonymous? They don't really go into this.
Regarding the win rate, the players who enabled the Anonymizer are displayed differently in mods.
Yes,
For
differently
example,
in mods.
Like new players who haven't played enough battles for their win rate to be displayed, or as players with no information.
Okay, so both of those are bad. If you're playing high tier, no one's going to believe you that you don't have enough battles to have XCM. If you don't have any stats, which they say as well, I think here.
Information. There are different options, but their real nicknames are displayed in the post-battle statistics.
Yeah, that's fine.
Battles for their win rate to be displayed, or as players with
Or
no
as players
information.
with no information. So that means there's no W8. In which case, you'll have a list of people with W8. Maybe still the bad players that don't go through the setting, because again, you have to turn it on instead of having to turn it off, which I think is still bad. It's not the most optimal way of doing this. So if you have a tier 10 list and there's 2 people anonymous, chances are they're the better players. Right?
There are different options.
Like, this is really reliant on the community to turn it on, to make maximum effect of this. Everybody needs to turn this on.
But their real nicknames are displayed in the post-battle statistics.
And that's fine, by the way. Post-battle statistics, completely fine.
It's important to note, the Anonymizer only works in battle. It's needed to combat trolling, abuse and stalking, all of which happen on the battlefield. The Anonymizer will help to eradicate all these negative elements. The Anonymizer works in all types of random battle, ranked battles and frontline, as well as in some seasonal modes and events. However, it'll be disabled in tournament battles,
training room,
tutorials,
global map,
Stronghold
Clan Wars,
mode.
Strongholds, also sort of
There's
like
one
Clan
thing to
Wars.
remember when
That's
playing
fine.
in a platoon, especially in a dynamic platoon that is created right in battle, and most often with unfamiliar players. The platoon members will see the real nicknames of each other.
Okay.
So we
That's
strongly
fine.
recommend you select your would-be platoon mates carefully.
Oh, so even if you do it in-game, if you do that, they'll see your real name.
If anonymity is crucial to you,
That should be fine.
the Anonymizer changes your nickname in battle. It
Who platoons anyway, lol.
hides you from friends, opponents, and might entice you to violate the rules. But it won't relieve you of your responsibilities.
Oh yeah, so if people actually think that you can get away with stuff because you're anonymized, that's really dumb. Obviously, if you do a lot of friendly fire, you throw people off rocks, or you're super toxic in chat, you'll still be reported on your original account. That should be really obvious, but they have to say that because of all the pancakes, of course. But damn,
The server will know.
Server will know.
And be prepared. The Anonymizer won't improve your skills or fight for you.
True.
But for some players, it'll make playing more enjoyable.
Fuck yes. I hope everyone does this. Regardless of your skill level, you should do this.
Protect them from unwanted attention and allow them to focus on the game and not on someone else's opinion.
Finally. I really hope this is in the next patch. And I really hope that next patch hits before Christmas. Or around Christmas. A little dramatic music. Alright, there we have it. It's finally here, guys. I would love to hear your thoughts on this. Do let me know. Do let me know, chat. I can't wait. I can't wait. I hope everybody turns it on. That's the only criticism I have, is that they don't have it as a always on and you have to turn it off. That's the way it should be. That's the way it should. That would be by far the most effective, and actually way more effective than the way they're doing it now. I'm glad we're getting it. Obviously, I don't really get bothered that much by like stream sniping or stuff like that. It happens occasionally. Or I get focused occasionally. It doesn't really tilt me that much. It's mostly, of course, the artillery subhuman class that that really grinds my gears. But yeah, I would love to hear your thoughts, guys. We finally get it. I'm stoked. See you in the next video. Peace.